I was probably at the lowest point like of my life, because when I get injured, I just like, I feel like I'm stripped of all things that I love. And then on top of that, I got really, really sick. So yeah, I definitely thought the world was over. It was in my mind at that point. Yeah, so leading up to 70.3 Ohio, it was super good season. Everything went great. I was healthy, had no problems, and then ended up making my, getting my first win. And then it was only like a month or 5 weeks or something after Ohio was Finland Worlds. That week leading up, like kind of going into the travel, I just started having some bad high hamstring pain, glute pain, and it would just kind of move around and low back. I definitely wasn't at my best going into that race, and so it was really disappointing. Like it was fine, but I knew I could do better. Yeah, just the travel, stress, we were not there early enough. There's a lot I would have done differently, and so that was a huge learning experience in itself. But getting back, I saw a chiropractor. Initially they did x-rays for your spine, and so realized I had scoliosis, so pretty big curve at the bottom of my spine. Thought just those imbalances in my pelvis kind of being off all the time was the problem, but so continued with treatment there. It would be temporarily relieving. It got a little bit better, cut back a little bit more running, but was continuing to train because I was still getting ready for, well, I wanted to race in October, but it just wasn't going to happen. Augusta, but I didn't because I was still having pain. Anyway, leading up to Clash, I was kind of operating at like 70-80%. It was just never my best, and I kind of knew that going in, so the biggest goal was just getting to the start line healthy enough to be competitive, but it was, the whole time in the back of my mind, it was like, am I gonna get there? It ended up being good. I did end up winning that race, and I was healthy enough, but I still in the back of my mind just knew I was not 100% and there was still pain. So after Daytona, that was going to be my off season, and the goal there was just going to be fully heal, do everything I needed to do. If there were still problems after that, I was going to go to physical therapy. Immediately got into physical therapy when I got home, and because I had also been, like, another thing was a knee pain that I had had from, I thought, biking. That had been like a year or two. It'd been always off and on. Some weeks were better than others, but it seemed like it was stemming from biking. So what we think is that the right side was the issue for the longest time, and my left side in several different areas started overcompensating. I just had created a bunch of muscle imbalances, underusing my posterior chain and my outer glutes specifically, and that applies for both running, that we noticed during a run analysis, and biking. So now I just lift a lot more intentionally and probably more frequently, but just a ton more single side stuff, more swim, bike, run specific, and really loading the muscle tissue that is the problem. And a lot of times you shy away from like when it hurts, but now my mindset is more like pain means a weakness, and so you want to address it in that way. So I am headed to hot yoga. This is just another piece of the puzzle I'm putting together, but the last few months I've been going to the Bikram style specifically. It's a yoga I used to teach, and it's magical. It's so intentional in working, every muscle, ligament, tendon in your body. There's 26 postures, but anyway, so I've been doing that once a week now. It was a little bit more before when I couldn't do as much swim, bike, run, but now I'm just trying to maintain with it. Helps me feel super strong and just a very different approach to strength and mobility. So I really, really like it. Tons of isometric holds. I kind of use this in place of one of my strength sessions a week. So right now heading there. Shout out Emily at Hot Yoga Nashville. She's been super helpful in helping me out get in a little bit more than I normally could afford. So anyway, if you're ever in Nashville, definitely check out Hot Yoga Nashville. Everybody.
You thought for sure you were just done.
I was done. I was never, just never. I thought I was, not with the sport, but like I thought I was just off to a horrible start and there's no way I can make it as a pro. And that was what was going through my mind. I was extremely down. So to come back from that, I feel like did a complete 180, but the whole time, like, it's like I tried to stay positive as much as I could, but I was still so unhappy about everything. So I've learned a lot of patience lately, and you also can't do too much too quick either, because I would get extremely impatient, feel okay for 1 second, and then set myself back again by trying to do too much. And listen to your coach. Now, current time, I feel so much better, and it had been so up and down, and so just trying to find consistency, because the second I feel better, I'm like, okay, I'm good, and then something else happens, and it's, I try to do too much, and then I and pay for it. So now it's been more consistent building again while still continuing to address the issue. I wasn't sure I was going to race in April. Now I definitely am, and I'm getting actually excited about it.
Let me know if you want me to adjust the fan or what you want.
Okay.
Go ahead and drop an arrow. And you definitely need to go up on the side one.
Still more? Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, pads definitely need to go in. You need to work on that front position a little bit, and then definitely move the saddle up.
Okay.
Maybe a hair forward. All right.
I think that's it. I'm feeling good. Had a good, really long training day and feel strong. Finally.